We gather here today in celebration of the notable accomplishments made by these graduates. While all of you, including myself, have waited for this day of June 17th, 2022 to say we have made it, today just marks another extraordinary milestone in our journeys.
Members of the class of 2022, you did it. You're about to become high school graduates. An accomplishment you have rightfully earned and something no one can ever take away. And we're all here, together, excited to celebrate this moment with you. The hallowed halls you've called home as Dragons are now the home of tomorrow's teachers and soldiers, doctors and electricians, inventors and engineers. You represent hope for our future and will someday become important leaders in a world desperate for leadership.
Everything continues in a state of rest unless it is compelled to change by forces impressed upon it. Isaac Newton said this in his first law of motion. Class of 2022, there has undoubtedly been forces pressed upon you, and it was no secret that as you dealt with the residual of COVID sanctions, you were forced to reconnect with your peers, teachers, and friends in ways you would have never thought.
From your first steps in kindergarten to your last as high school seniors, you have completed a journey along a path that has not always been easy. You've encountered typical student challenges, but your high school experience has been disrupted by a worldwide pandemic in a way no other graduates have faced.
New Jersey ordering schools to stay closed through the end of the academic year.
Some schools that tried to reopen already forced to shut back down.
As a member of the class of 2022, you forged new paths despite the hardships you encountered. You persevered in the face of adversity. You demonstrated a resiliency that allowed you to overcome the seemingly endless changes that were beyond your control.
Who would have thought you would be compelled to change with the simple removal of a mask?
Effective Monday, March 7th, the statewide school mask mandate will be lifted.
Who would have thought that you could speak volumes with a simple smile? And when you took that mask off, I can tell you firsthand that the class of 2022, you were ready to shout from the mountaintops.
Your experience as students have shaped who you are and will set the course for where you're heading. And we couldn't be more proud of you.
A basic definition of change is to become different. So I encourage you not only to become different, but to become better. To become better students, better citizens, better people. Class of 2022, be the change.
If nothing else is constant in this world, then allow change to be the one thing that is. As we enter this new chapter of our lives, I challenge you all to be open-minded to change. I challenge you all to get out of bed every day and do something that your future self would be so proud of. The human spirit for change is unstoppable once we let go of what we are and allow ourselves to become what we may be.
As you reflect on the past and think about the future, recognize that the only thing that is inevitable will be that you will have to change again. I share with you, though, you are in control of what that change may look like. Other than old age, you can dictate with hard work, perseverance, and resiliency how change in your life will affect you.
Over the past 4 years, we have all changed astronomically, in high school and throughout the rest of our lives, as it has seemed to be a long journey of self-discovery. As we are all out in this world creating change and flourishing into the future of many, I present one final challenge to you all. Never let your failures deter you, and never let your losses dictate your potential for success. If I let my failures define me, I would never be standing before you this evening as class president.
Our country is engulfed in social and civil unrest.
24 homes are destroyed in Mullica Hills, New Jersey after a tornado.
Ukraine has lost at least 80% of the city.
Price hike every single day since Russian forces invaded Ukraine.
So if you want change, then follow the example of that great philosopher, Michael Jackson, who said, "I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways." And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. A better you leads to a better individual. A better individual leads to a better family. A better family leads to a better community. A better community leads to a better county. A better county leads to a better state. A better state leads to a better country. A better country leads to a better world. But it all starts with you.
This life we live is not about how many days we lived here on this earth, but what exactly we can fit into those days and what we do to make this life remarkable.
Lights, sound.
It was C.S. Lewis who said, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending."
While this period will be recorded in tomorrow's history books, there are stories from history we can draw upon that inspire us to take the first step on a new journey. One such story comes from the inspirational life of Mahatma Gandhi, a name universally recognized as a symbol of peace. Gandhi was a humanitarian who is best known for his nonviolent approach to civil resistance. What is lesser known is Gandhi's meager beginning. When he was about your age, Gandhi was an average student, terribly shy, and subjected to a lifetime of discrimination. His inability to speak in public would make it difficult for him to achieve his dream of becoming a successful lawyer, and that dream was all but shattered when he froze during court proceedings, unable to speak, then laughed at by the judge. By this time, Gandhi had plenty of excuses to fail and plenty of reason to blame others for his failure. Despite his troubled start in life, Gandhi became a champion for civil rights and led millions of his people in peaceful protests and mass boycotts of British goods, starting a movement that would help secure India's national independence. Gandhi's infamous Salt March protested a law that made it illegal for Indians to sell their own salt. Thousands joined Gandhi on the 240-mile march that shook the foundation of the British Empire. This symbolic act showed the world that the smallest acts of courage, even as small as a grain of salt, can change the world. Gandhi, known today as the Father of India, inspired revolutionary figures like Dr. Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela, and is given credit for saying, "Be the change you wish to see in the world."
As a whole, we are all guilty of expecting change in individuals and in this world, but have never had the willingness to step back, reflect, and change ourselves first.
Gandhi's story teaches us that in order to change the world around us, we must first look within us. We must learn to accept who we are and improve on the things we may not like.
In order to see change in others, you must become that change in which you wish to see. Go through life with more than just a passion for change. You need a strategy, and with that strategy, take action, allow passion and excitement to guide you in achieving further success. This is simply not the end of the road. Ask yourself, who do I want to become?
If we become who we want to be, then the world around us will be better for it. As students, your experiences have shaped your lives and made you who you are today. But your stories are far from finished, and I hope tomorrow's history tells us tales of great accomplishment and success for each of you. In a few moments, you will walk off this field and through the gates. When you cross that threshold, you begin a new journey where there are no limits to what you can accomplish.
The greatest challenge of our lives is about to begin as we each enter our own specialties. And in 10 years, nobody will remember what color you dyed your hair, or how many people liked you, or even what you wore to school. What people will remember is what you did.
Whatever you do, wherever you go, remember, you'll be carrying the strength of a dragon within you.
Congratulations, Dragons, class of 2022. I believe in your capacity to be the change, and I believe in you.
Congratulations, class of 2022.
Welcome parents, teachers, administration, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, welcome and congratulations to the class of 2022. None of us would be here today without our admirable class advisors, Mrs. Palazzo and Miss Kelly, office employees, patrol staff, Board of Education members, teachers, administration, custodial, and maintenance staff, who all committed to making today and every day in between these brick walls memorable. To parents, friends, and family, I wanted to thank you for being the backbone of these graduates' success as you have guided and encouraged these students throughout their years at Kingsway.
I'm going to Rutgers. I'm majoring in exercise science.
I'm going to be majoring in finance and playing soccer.
So I'm going to Penn State. It's been my dream school since like 7th grade.
And I'm majoring in political science. We can't wait.
To my family, I'd like to thank you all for your endless support, discipline, and most importantly, love. Thank you for allowing me to be exactly who I want to be. And lastly, to the class of 2022, I would like to thank you for your trust in allowing me to carry out the honorable duty of being your class president. This position has opened me to experience and great opportunities, as well as it has allowed me to get to know more of you as individuals, as well as your morality. May all of you always find a way to work to be the positive change this world needs. Thank you.
Always knew this day would come. We'd be standing one by one, with our future in our hands. So many dreams, so many plans. I always knew after all these years, there'll be laughter, there'll be tears, but never thought I'd walk away with so much joy but so much pain. And it's so hard to say goodbye, but yesterday's gone. We gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moments, so glad I got to know ya. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. All the times that we had, all the good, all the bad, I'll keep them here inside. All the times that we shared, every place, everywhere, you touched my life. Yeah, one day we'll look back, we'll smile and we'll laugh, but right now we just cry, 'cause it's so hard to say goodbye. But yesterday's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moments, so glad I got to know ya. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you.
men and women of the armed forces take an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, to protect the democratic values guaranteed for all Americans. These men and women are the bravest among us and embody the spirit of America by defending freedom at any cost.
The advice I would give to any young person wanting to join the military is serve your country proudly and, always serve with honor.
Think if you believe in the mission. What the mission is. Is it to defend the Constitution, keeping our country safe from enemies, foreign and domestic? You have to believe in that mission. You have to believe in the Constitution.
It is the highest honor to serve your country, and we have the distinct pleasure of recognizing members of the class of 2022 who are worthy of Kingsway's highest honor, the Spirit of America Award.
I'm joining the Army National Guard as a military police officer, so I can protect and serve my country while also ensuring the protection and security at the military base.
I'm entering the armed forces to serve my country. I wanted adventure, I wanted to go work amongst people that wanted the same goals as me while advancing my career as being a pilot.
I'm entering the armed forces because many people in my family previously have served in the United States Navy, so I chose the United States Navy.
I'm going to be in the intelligence field in the Marine Corps because I want to help further myself in a career, and it can also help the people around me by making sure that they're properly prepared for every single encounter and scenario that could possibly pop up.
To these brave young men and women, thank you for your commitment to serve our country as members of the armed forces and for taking an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States.